Happy Memorial Day. Memorial Day is an emotional one for me. It's been several years since I took off the uniform, but it feels like yesterday that I was sleeping in a hammock on a tanker, or sitting in the back of a chopper racing through the countryside, or in Thailand, firing rounds next to our overseas partners. I'm here today as one of the lucky ones. I lost friends in combat operations, as did some of you. I saw other friends come back from overseas changed, having seen and heard and experienced things no one should have to see and hear and experience. That is my Memorial Day, and you have yours. And this is a day that we gather to hold space for all of it. The purpose of Memorial Day is to bring Americans together to remember, to bridge our many cultural and social and partisan divides, to be an undivided people, if only for 24 hours. Memorial Day is a day of unity and peace, but as is so often with peace, it was born of war. The first Memorial Day came in the wake of our Civil War over 150 years ago. Memorial Day was originally known as Decoration Day, a time for the nation to decorate the graves of their war heroes with flowers. Indeed, it was decided to celebrate in May, in part because flowers would be in bloom across the land. In 1868, the first formal flowers were laid at Arlington National Cemetery, where Union and Confederate graves alike were decorated. The symbolism here cannot be underestimated. The country was deeply fractured and in need of healing. Indeed, the Civil War pitted family and friends against one another, brother against brother, father against son. It's hard for me to imagine this. I have 3 little boys at home whom I love. I also love my country. May the day never come that I have to choose between those two. May the day never come when Americans once again take up arms against one another. As it happens on this Memorial Day, we find ourselves once again in a time of division, and our union feels just a little too fragile. In these moments, I find it helpful to remember why I put on the uniform in the first place. For me, it's my family, forging a better and safer future. For you veterans, take a moment and consider why you put on the uniform. Take a moment to consider how that call from a recruiter was a sacred call, grafting you into a heritage of heroes. So while we honor the memory of those brothers and sisters who came before us, let us also recommit ourselves to the ideals for which they fought and died. Let us continue working toward the change necessary to make this a more perfect union. In his farewell address to the nation, Ronald Reagan said all change starts at the dinner table. So as you sit down at your Memorial Day dinner, tell your children of the importance of this day and model for them how we can talk about hard things without hatred. In a recent USA Today poll, 83% of Americans said they get in fights with family over the holidays, and 48% of those said politics was the culprit. So find ways of speaking with your loved ones that understands and heals rather than divides and hides. That is the true legacy of our military, not that we waged war, but that we ushered in peace. And maybe, just maybe, if we don't fight with our children, then maybe they won't fight with one another. Have a great Memorial Day.